guys, welcome to the boxing show. Today we're talking about the best boxers of 2017 and some of the boxers I'm going to be looking forward to in 2018. If you like this video, please consider hitting the subscribe button and also like the video. If you want to get involved, jump down to the comment section below. So as I say, in this video, I'm talking about the boxers that stood out for me, boxers that I enjoyed watching, boxers that were involved in fights that defined 2017 for me personally. Okay, now I'm not going to be talking about the Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor fight, as much as it did in some way define 2017. I mean, it's something that we can look back on and forget for the best part. But let's talk about 5 boxers that did define 2017. Okay, so the first one on my list, on my top 5, is Andre Ward. Some people would say this is controversial. He bowed out with a perfect record earlier this year, 32 victories with 16 KOs when he defeated Sergey Kovalev for the second time, earning a stoppage victory. Now this was the rematch from the much anticipated and looked forward to fight of 2016, the real super fights. Now these were 2 real super fights for 2016 and 2017. We saw the first one, which was a close battle. Some people thought Kovalev won. Some people thought that the skill of Ward was just too much and he deserved the victory in the first one. But it went to a rematch in the summer of 2017, and Ward got, again, it was a controversial ending, where many people thought that the stoppage was brought on by low blows. But despite that, I mean, it was a great fight. It was a great double. And whatever you want to say, Andre Ward bows out with that perfect record. And not only was it a perfect record, he fought some top guys and some guys that were the top of their game, defending titles, jumping up in weight and ripping titles off of other people. And whatever we say about the Sergey Kovalev fight, I mean, this is a dangerous fighter who many people were afraid to step in the ring with. He went in there and he did the business, let's be honest. So that's Andre Ward, sits in at number 5. Number 4. Now, number 4 is one of my favourite boxers on the planet at this very moment, and that is Keith Thurman. Currently, perfect record, 28 victories with 28 KOs. Fought once in 2017 with a split decision victory to unify titles in the welterweight division against Danny Garcia. Now, Danny Garcia, another guy with phenomenal talent, another perfect record, a belt holder, and I predicted that Keith Thurman would win this, and he did. It's split decision. I thought he did win it by a couple of rounds, but Keith Thurman, one of the most exciting boxers on the planet. Great movement, great footwork, just an all-round exciting, explosive fighter that can be reckless, but let's be honest, we kind of like that in a lot of fighters because it just leads to that excitement, creates better fights. And you know, Keith Thurman, he's there. You know, he's beaten Garcia, he's beaten Sean Porter, Guerrero. He's beaten some decent guys in recent years. And for me, he's the number 1 in the division at the moment. He's the number 1 division at the moment. But the division is stacked. It is truly stacked with phenomenal talent. And, you know, we're going to see some amazing fights in the next year in the welterweight division to really define who is the best one. Is it Keith Thurman? Is it Crawford? Is it Errol Spence Jr.? Can Sean Porter, who I think is possibly the most underrated guy in probably in the whole of boxing, can he make his way back up to the top? We'll have to wait and see. There's obviously other guys in that division. We're going to see some unifications. We've also got the whole Manny Pacquiao. Is he going to have any interesting fights left? I mean, Pacquiao versus Thurman would be a great fight that I would love to see. But there's a lot of good fights, and Keith Thurman for me, I really enjoyed that fight against Garcia, and for me, he sits in number 4. Number 3, I kind of no real surprise here, but we're going with Anthony Joshua, the heavyweight king at the moment, holder of the vast majority of the belts. But he gets in here because of the Wladimir Klitschko fight in April 2017. It was one for the ages, a phenomenal fight, both down, both injured, backwards and forwards, both took rounds off, both showed skill and power, and for all the belts. I mean, you couldn't have hoped for more from a heavyweight championship match. Now, everyone, as we say, Klitschko had been defeated in his previous fight from Tyson Fury, so it does somewhat detract from it. But regardless of that, for Anthony Joshua to go in and do what he did in the style that he did, I mean, it was great to see, and that's why he gets third place. He gets third place in my fighters of 2017. Now, places 1 and 2 go to boxers that display some of the best boxing of the year. Possibly the 2 best displays of boxing that you will have seen. And number 2 is almost a surprise. It's a surprise for me, and it's going to be a surprise for many. And I'm going for my number 2 fight of the year as Billy Joe Saunders. Again, another guy with a perfect record. And, in 2017, he really stepped up and he got serious. Even though he was already one of the world champions in the middleweight division, he got serious. He got in there with Willie Monroe Jr., got a unanimous decision, but it wasn't until just last month, David Lemieux. Now, I actually predicted that Lemieux would probably edge this with a stoppage victory. I just thought, there's that sickening power that Lemieux had, that he would, at one point in 12 rounds, find the chin of Billy Joe Saunders, okay? And I was wrong, and that's great. I love to be wrong. Because if you're right at the time, you're just a smart ass. So Billy Joe Saunders won, but not only did he win, he won in phenomenal fashion. One of the most one-sided exhibitions of boxing you will ever see. He showed every trick in the book. The movement was just phenomenal. Lemieux hardly touched a glove on him. It was phenomenal skill, boxing skill of the very highest order. And if he can continue to display this level of skill, he has the opportunity to unify the division. And you're looking at other people in the division, or people that he could fight, Danny Jacobs and Triple G, Alvarez. Can he outbox these people? I think he definitely can outbox all of them. Can he win? We don't know. Boxing is what it's all about, and it can end in a second. But if it's all about the level of skill and whether Billy Joe Saunders can outbox those 3 other guys, I would say on the basis of this fight, wow, he can definitely pull up trees. Definitely, really, really make a name for himself as an elite fighter in 2018. So we move on to number one place. It's not really a surprise who I'm going to choose here. I'm choosing the person who I believe is the pound for pound best boxer on the planet at the moment. But he also had one of the most defining fights of 2017. And that fighter is Vasily Lomachenko. Now, he's the only one on my top 5 that doesn't have a perfect record, but he's probably the best. In fact, he is the best boxer on the planet. Now, funny enough, again, like I said on the Billy Joe Saunders commentary, in Lomachenko's last fight, I actually predicted that Rigondeaux would get the better of him. I don't know, I just had this thought that Rigondeaux's defensive abilities would be so superior that he would possibly wear down Lomachenko. Lomachenko would box himself out. We'd see something different. But in fact, what we saw is we saw exquisite boxing from Lomachenko. I mean, he made Rigondeaux quit. He made him quit. Let's talk about an injury. That's nonsense. He made him quit. Rigondeaux was unable to do anything. I mean, it was like a professional fighting a non-professional. And I'm not even talking about an amateur. I'm talking about a regular guy down the gym going in with a pro. And that is the difference in quality that was shown between those two in the ring. It was ridiculous how much better Lomachenko was, how more elite, how the speed, the movement. It was just ridiculous. He was just playing with Rigondeaux round after round after round, and he broke his heart. He broke Rigondeaux's heart, and Rigondeaux was like, I do not want any more of this. I can't have any more of this because this is going to go down as a terrible result. And you know, it went down as a terrible result because he quit, but it was going to go down as a completely one-sided beatdown. And that guy, up until that fight, had been, you know, one of the most avoided fighters in the history of boxing. Struggled to get fights. He's had to take on lower-ranked people because the top guys just didn't want to go in the ring with him. Lomachenko's now got in there and absolutely taken him to school. The problem we've got now is Lomachenko going to struggle to get opponents after that, taking out a gold medalist in devastating fashion. I think he's going to struggle to get opponents unless he jumps up in weight himself. But there you go. I mean, that's my top 5. We've got Andre Ward. We've got Keith Thurman. We've got Anthony Joshua, Billy Joe Saunders, Vasily Lomachenko. They're my 5 best fighters of 2017. So, what do you think? Who are your top 5 of 2017? Let me know below. Do you agree with my top 5? Well, probably not, but there you go. Now, just talk about 3 boxers that I am excited to see going into 2018. Now, the first person I'm looking forward to is Chris Eubank Jr. You know, decisive boxer, from a divisive boxer, sorry, and from a divisive family. But whatever you say about Chris Eubank Jr., very exciting, very capable. Devastating uppercut. Wow. I mean, that uppercut is devastating. So, I mean, he's going in against George Groves. I am so excited for that fight. One of the fights I am more excited about than I've been for a while. Okay. We'll talk about that another day, but Chris Eubank is someone I'm really looking forward to 2018. I mean, next person, Alexander Usyk, cruiserweight, very skilled operator, very, very skilled operator. He's in this championship tournament. It's going to be really exciting to see whether he can progress. And then it'll be interesting to see whether he steps up to heavyweight division. I mean, that is something, because he's so skilled. He is a little little bit small when we're talking about the world of the super heavyweights, but I mean, sometimes skill can outweigh that. So we'll have to wait and see. So my third boxer I'm looking forward to in 2018 is Tyson Fury. You know, it's not really a surprise here. I mean, we need to get him back in. We need to liven up that heavyweight division. Anthony Joshua is running away with it. It looks like Anthony Joshua is going to fight Joseph Parker, and you know most people would expect Anthony Joshua to dispatch Joseph Parker pretty easily, and that really leaves very little out there. So we really need Tyson Fury to come back, have some great fights, so we can build towards, you know, a massive, massive fight, possibly in 2019. So there you go. That was what I was talking about today. I was talking about boxers for 2017, 2018, and you know, moving forward with the channel, we're going to be starting to release the previews of the big fights of 2018, and we want to get you involved. So jump down to the comments section and say hello. Signing off, this is The Boxing Show.